What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Thingos back again for another video, and of course you already know I'm gonna be talking about Invincible yet again. Now, today what I wanted to do was I wanted to kind of re-go over a video that I made a while ago, like super early on in my channel, talking about what I believe season 1 will cover in Invincible. But you know what? I feel like I could add a whole lot more to that video, that topic specifically, and just go over a few more things that I've thought about since then. Now, in that video I was talking about how it might cover just the first 13 issues of the series, or in that window, which is, spoiler alert, when we pretty much focus on Mark's day-to-day life in school, how he handles finding out about his powers, how he ends up balancing going to school and learning how to be a hero, meeting the teen team, doing patrols and partnering up with his father on a couple of patrols and stuff like that, and also when he ultimately finds out the truth about his father and the Viltrumite Empire, and how his dad wasn't part of no kind of global or universal bettering committee. He was actually part of a damn conquering committee, fucking up worlds, conquering them, taking them over. And yeah, so I feel like that can be the bulk of season 1, but with more detail in between. What can Robert Kirkman do to flesh out a lot more that will happen in between this? Because we got there pretty quick, and a lot of the characters that were introduced and stuff like that, with comic books you tend to go a little bit faster with a lot of these character introductions and stuff like that, or you give just enough to where you don't really go fully in depth with a lot of these characters. You just put enough for the readers, and then you just get on to the next arc or to the next page and stuff like that. So what I'm thinking is Robert Kirkman is probably going to take this time with the show to go more in depth with a lot of these elements, a lot of these characters, just to add more weight to certain things that'll probably happen later on. Like, for example, what made me originally think about this is when he unveiled the cast that is going to be playing the Guardians of the Globe. Are they just going to be in one episode like how they was in one issue of the comic book series? It wouldn't make much sense for him unless he is just being just a huge troll like he is. But it wouldn't make sense, in my opinion anyway, for him to go out of his way to cast these actors from The Walking Dead to have them play the Guardians of the Globe, only to kill them off in one episode. But then again, these episodes are supposed to be an hour long, and we're supposed to have 8 episodes in the season, so he could have an episode dedicated just to the Guardians of the Globe, and then it can end in the same way the issue did. So either way, I'm okay with that. But it begs the question, what if Robert Kirkman wants to just overall add more meat to a lot of things, in this season, to just give stuff more context? Like, for example, he could go into more detail with Mark Grayson's school life in Reginald Vale Johnson High, show him interacting more with Amber, his first girlfriend, Adam Eve, Samantha Eve Wilkins, the alias for Adam Eve, his little sidekick, soon to be love interest. And also you could show him spending more time with his best friend William, so it could be cool to have them add more context and just more scenes and just more of his life in school and out of school. See more interactions that he have with his family, with his mom, Debbie Grayson, with his father, Nolan Grayson. You could have more of a development with how close he is to his father and his mother, just to add more to that scene, or just more to the betrayal that happens with his mom and with himself, when Nolan reveals who he really is. So you know what I'm saying, you could have more time with Art, because since Mark Hamill has been confirmed to be playing Art, the tailor who makes all the uniforms for the superheroes and the characters in Invincible, he could get a lot more time as well, because you got a character like Mark Hamill voicing him. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give him more time to spread his wings. That's a dope voice right there. Also, they announced Cecil Stedman to be voiced by Walton Goggins. And if Walton Goggins, aka Cecil Stedman, is going to be in the first season of Invincible, if it only covers the first 13 issues, Cecil Stedman doesn't really get introduced until after that huge fight with Mark and his father. So, are they gonna bring Cecil Stedman in earlier? Are they gonna have a lot of scenes with him and the Guardians Guardians of the Globe, the OG Guardians of the Globe, that get murdered? Are we going to see a lot of their interactions and just them in the background overall to further add world building and character building to, you know, just add more to what's going to happen later on when the Guardians of the Globe get massacred. Cecil reacts to it and ultimately brings Mark in as the replacement for his father. That's what I feel like they're going to do. Try to add a whole lot more context, maybe switch characters around. They might even introduce characters early, like I said, with Cecil. I also think that they could benefit more from showing us more from the villain side of things, giving us more time with B-list villain characters like Doc Seismic or the Mauler twins. Since they have voice actors for these villains, it would be good to have us you know, spend more time with them, have Mark interact with them, fight them a little longer, maybe better fights than the little brief skirmishes that we got in the comic that only lasted for a few pages. Then you didn't see them again for a whole lot of issues until they popped up again. Since they went through the trouble of getting voice actors for these villains, it would be cool to have us spend more time with them and have more interactions with them overall, just to build up their characters and add to them more depth for what ultimately happens with them later on and more arcs and stuff in the future of the series. Like with Angstrom Levi or St. Clair. You know what I'm saying? They might introduce a lot of different characters earlier on in season 1 to give them more setup and more meaning when they do more stuff in season 2. Or they might bring story arcs that happen earlier in the comic book series and switch around the timeline a bit. Like have St. Clair do the stuff that he was doing with the experiments on the Reaniman and have him doing that earlier on. Then when Mark ultimately went to college and found out that he was doing it there. Maybe he starts doing it when he's in high school. Or they might add just they might put more stuff into that story arc where his physics teacher was turning the students into bombs. You know, they might do more with that, but I really only see that being just one episode sort of thing. With the teen team, you know, when Mark Grayson meets Robot, Rexplode, Duplicate, and like I said earlier, Adam Eve, maybe we'll get more time with them overall, because they really just kind of pop up here, pop up there before they're ultimately disbanded and then they turn into the Guardians of the Globe. So maybe we'll get more time with them as the teen team before that happens. More time with Alan the Alien, you know what I mean? Because Seth Rogen has been revealed to be him, and you cannot not use Seth Rogen, especially with a character as beloved as Alan the Alien. So ultimately what I'm saying is, I feel like they're going to switch a lot of the story arcs around, a lot of the story beats around, and while still telling the main points and the main things that they're going to tell, they'll just do it in a different order, maybe mix some characters around, have them come in earlier than they usually do, or just give characters a whole lot more time and setup before they end up in places that they, you know, are supposed to end up in the original story. So I wonder how you guys are going to think about this. What do you think is going to happen with the first season? How much do you think it's ultimately going to cover? It has to cover a lot, but not too much. I want it to cover a lot, I do, but I don't want it to go as fast as The Boys. I mean, Jesus, The Boys is on season 2 right now, and in the comic, it's on like volume 6. That's fucking fast, man. I don't want Invincible to go that fast, but it begs the question. It's only 8 episodes in season 1. So how fast are they going to go? How slow are they going to go? Are they going to do the fight between Mark and his father halfway through the season? Are they going to do it at the end of the season and just have a lot of other stuff mixed in between before that? I don't really know. Are they going to end the season when Mark ultimately meets up with his father again on that planet? I forgot what it's called, that he meets his father and he meets his little brother Oliver for the first time because his dad has been smashing this alien that ages rapidly. You know what I'm saying? And then they end up having to get in this intense battle with a couple of Vultramites that ambush them on that planet. Like, so I don't know. Like, we don't really know where it's gonna end. We know how it's gonna start, but well, really, we don't know that either. Nothing is really confirmed. Just going by the comic book, we have a rough estimate of how it's going to start, and we can kind of formulate where the first season is going to end, what it's going to cover. But we really don't know because Robert Kirkman ain't telling us shit. That's why. But just going off things that I said, and also just what we can see from the comic book itself, let's talk about it, man. Tell me what you think the first season will cover. What do you think is going to begin, and how many issues are they going to run through? We see that, you know, with The Walking Dead, even though Robert Kirkman was involved, I don't know how involved he was with the storytelling, but one thing you can say about The Walking Dead, at least in like those first 6-7 seasons, it was accurate to the comic book in a lot of scenes. They changed a lot of stuff, yes, but there was a lot of iconic moments that were there. So I want to see a mix like that as well. Like I want them to change things that, you know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I don't think it really needs to be changed. I think more can be added to it, like I said, to flesh things out more. But I don't really want them to change too much. And I want to see a lot of these iconic moments recreated and brought to life with beautiful animation. Now, that's also another thing. We're not exactly sure what the animation is going to look like. Some people are kind of guessing and estimating that it'll look like that cover of the Free Comic Book Day issue that I talked about in my previous video. Will the show look like that? Will it look like that the whole time, Corey Walker's art? Or will it take on more of the Ryan Ottley's art? I hope it does, because like I said before, Ryan Ottley's art is god tier when it comes to Invincible. But I don't know. What are they going to do with it? Overall, I just hope that they make sure that they put a lot of care and love into these fight scenes. Whatever animation choice that they choose, they have to get these fight scenes right, because they are brutal, they are intense, and they are beautiful to read. So I want them to be even better to watch. So yes, man, hope you having a good day, night, wherever you are. Let me know what you think about this topic and this video. Hit like, hit dislike. I did 2 thumbs up. If there was 2 thumbs up, hit both of them. But hit like, hit dislike, man. Hit that bell to be notified for more videos like this. So let me know what you think, bro. Let's talk about it. Subscribe to Then Ghost for all this content on Invincible and various other topics, man. Share this video around, and come on, man. Let's make sure we support Invincible before it comes out and after it comes out. I swear to Christ, bro, if this show is not good, and if it only has 1 season, man, I'm gonna be so fucking mad. Cause I said I got a curse, man. I got a curse. I got a tendency to always like shows or fall in love with shows that never last past 1 or 2 seasons. Like, I mean, bro, look at Hunters, bro. Hunters came out on Amazon Prime. I absolutely love it. I feel like that's the closest thing we gonna get to a Wolfenstein live action series, and it ain't even been announced for season 2. Meanwhile, The Boys is getting the next seasons announced, and they ain't even brought out the previous season yet. They did that with season 1. Before season 1 even came out, season 2 was announced. Before season 2 even come out, season 3 is announced. So now I'm worried about Hunters, bro. Are we even gonna get a season 2 at Hunters? Like, y'all might not even know what I'm talking about right now. I'm getting off topic. If you ain't watched Hunters, check it out on Amazon Prime. Pretty cool. Got Al Pacino and Logan Lerman in it. Pretty good. If you're a fan of Wolfenstein, you'll like it even more. But anyway, guys, hope you're having a good day, night, wherever you are. And let me know what you think about the video. Peace.